Welcome back to the Grand Slam channel. Today is Thursday, March 5th. We got 9 NBA games for today's slate. Quick recap of yesterday. Told you about Kuminga. He was a DNP. Was too good to be true as far as his line. He was a DNP. We did hit on multiple slips, especially on Chalkboard. The only one we did miss on Prize Picks was Giannis points. But overall, Chalkboard, we had an awesome day. Like I mentioned, Giannis, and then we had Kuminga as a DNP. But overall, a great profit day on Chalkboard. Today we got 9 games. So usually when there's a lot of games, we always tend to do about 60%, 70% hit rate. When it's less games, usually our hit rate goes a little bit higher. But 9 games today. First one I'll be going, these are props on Chalkboard that I'll be taking. First one is Josh Giddey. And here on Price Picks, his line's at 14.5. I lowered it just a tad bit on Chalkboard to 13.5. Still pays a good payout. Paired it up with obviously a daily discount, which they are running multiple once again. Obviously payout boost as well. But Josh Giddey, I like him in this spot here against Phoenix. He's going to have a monster game. Rebounds and assists is what we've been going for. And we're going to go right back to it. He is at 14.5. Took it on Chalkboard at 13.5. But you can lower it here to a Gabi. And as soon as Price Picks loads up. Yesterday they had some minor difficulties as far as loading. Hopefully that's not the case today. But 14.5. You can take it at 13.5 as a Gabi. 12, obviously 11.5. But I actually do think he goes over. I actually see his Demon prop hitting at a 51.1% hit rate to go over. But 14.5, I like his rebounds and assists. Just keep in mind I took it at 13.5 on Chalkboard. Next up we're going to go with is Christian Braun. Going to be a good matchup here against the Lakers. Plays very well, has good numbers against the Lakers. Obviously everybody will be on Jokic. But I do like Christian Braun here. Plays well against the Lakers, and I think I'm going to take his points. I'm going to go with his points here. Probably going to lower it down to 9.5. But that's what I'll be taking for Christian Braun. 9.5 points. Next up we're going to go with is Keyonte George. And unfortunately they don't have his props up, so there's news probably popping up on that. Somebody not playing. Surprisingly, the popular tab doesn't have many demons today. I think people learned their lesson. The one I only do like on the popular tab, which I hardly look at, but I do have Ingram popping off on DG Fantasy as far as assists. He's at 3.5 here. It's not bad. You can take his Gabi at 2.5. But Brandon Ingram's assists is in play here, especially against the T-Wolves. So that's a good option. But we're going to go with our wagon. And that is Ausar Thompson's assist. We've been taking him on Chalkboard for the past week and a half. He's been hitting. Now he's going against the Spurs, where he only had 2 assists. And that's the time we started taking him after the Spurs. Here on Price Picks, they have him as a Demon at 3.5. They have him as a Gabi at 2.5. On Chalkboard, you can get him at 2.5 as a regular line. I'm going to take a shot on it. I know he's only had 2 assists against the Spurs last time he faced him about 2 weeks ago. But I'm going to take him. Took him 2.5 on Chalkboard. Keep that in mind. Here, he's a Gabi. And usually that plays into our favor. When there's a Gabi here and it's a regular line on Chalkboard, usually it hits as far as a Gabi here. But I'd rather get the regular pay value on Chalkboard and pair it up with one of the discounts. And that's what I'm going to do here with Ausar Thompson. Next up we're going to go with is Maxine Reynal. And points, rebounds, and are in play. Price Picks once again taking forever to load today. Going against the Pelicans here. So it's a good matchup to pair up. So points and rebounds. He's all the way up to 10.5 rebounds. We've been getting him at 8, 9.5. He's all the way up to 10.5. They are expecting a big game from him. DG Fantasy has him 51%, 51.8, I believe, over his PR, which is pretty good value. Let's see where his PR is. Probably got bumped by now. 16.5 as points and assist. So he's up to 26.5. So it was at 25.5. So it did get bumped a full point. But last 3 games, I mean, look at that. 28, 29, 32. Pretty solid. Here against the Pelicans, which should be a close matchup, by the way. They almost have identical records. 19.5. That could possibly be play of the day as far as here on Price Pick. So I'm going to take Maxime Reynal for points and rebounds. Gabi, given the bump that has already happened for Maxime. Next up, we're going to go is Taryn Eason. And I'm going to go with this Gabi points. Why? Jabari Smith is back today. But I do like Terry Eason's points. You can look at his points and rebounds and lower it to a Gabi as well. But Jabari Smith is coming back from his minor injury that he had. So that should affect Terry Eason. But given the matchup here against the Warriors, should have a good game. I have Terry Eason over points. But Jabari Smith is playing today, so keep that in mind. And then I believe one more we have. I did mention Giddey, Christian Braun, Alsar Thompson, Maxime Reynal, Terry Eason. I think Claxton or Vassell could be in play today. This should be a good heavyweight matchup. Spurs against the Pistons. Devin Vassell PRA is probably what I'm going to be going with. Has had a monster week and a half. Here against Detroit, he had 34. His line's at 20.5. The fact that this is a 14-point difference, it's going to be a low-scoring game. So I'm not sure if Devin Vassell is going to get an identical 34. He's definitely going to regress from that. I don't see him getting near 34. But it's going to be close. That's why I like this line at 20.5. I mean, the lowest you can go is 14.5. I mean, I think that's a free square. But it's low for a reason. Line makers don't make these lines at 20.5, given that he hit 34 in his last game out, and then his last 5 is all green. So obviously everybody's going to be taking the over here. Play it safe. Take the Gabi at 14.5. This could possibly be a trap. That's probably a good under, to be honest, on his regular line. Price Picks never gives lines like these unless it's a trap. Usually it is. And 28,000 people are on it. Guaranteed on the popular tab. That's a number 1 actually on the popular tab. So Vassell, stick to his Gabi. Don't take that 20.5 line. If anything, take the under. But I will be taking his PRA Gabi at 14.5. So mix and match. Pick your favorite. Those are my 6 that I like for today. I know most of them are Gabis. Alstar Thompson on Chalkboard is not. That is a regular line. Giddey's the only regular line I do like for today. LeBron probably a double, not a double-double. Luka a double-double. Gobert a double-double. You can look into those two. But mix and match. Pick your favorite. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Appreciate the support, and see you guys in the next one.